Buenos dias, guys. What's going on? I didn't intend to make a video today. I'm trying to do maximum 3 rants a week because by the time I upload it and answer the comments, it gets to be a lot of work, and I'm looking for a job right now. I was fired last week. I'll probably talk more about it next week. I didn't want to like make a big drama. I was fired. Oh my God. Like it was time. I was at my wit's end. I repeatedly told them I was asthmatic and that I was willing to wear the mask. I just didn't want to put it over my nose. And, I walked through the facility many times, different hospitals where I've seen nurses and doctors and everybody not wearing the mask properly, not even wearing a mask, wearing it under their chin, over the nose, under their nose. And I just asked for that, and I've repeatedly told them that, and I just got to my wit's end where I was just like, I'm not complying. I'm already having issues, allergy, all this. I'm like, no, So, yeah, I guess, that's what happened. And it's interesting that they're a hospital and they don't really care about the patient's health. Right? And as a health facility, I would think that they would take that into consideration. I think, so I don't become a patient there. I think, but I guess that's how they work, right? They want more patients. They want more people. So it would actually behoove them for me to get sick and have to be a patient. And then one of the dudes I told like, I was like, well, what happens if I was a patient here as a result of having low oxygen because of these masks? And he was like, oh, well, we give you an oxygen mask. And then we'd put the paper mask on top of the oxygen mask. I was like, that's ridiculous. Like, this is how stupid people are. This is how robotic these people are. And I'm looking at one of the places that I go to is a heart hospital. And their patients are wearing masks. And they have heart conditions. And you know that the masks lower your oxygen. And the most interesting thing after that happened was it was kind of like fate. My friend in Virginia texted me that she just had a friend die of drop dead because he was continually forced to wear a mask at work. She didn't even know that I had this run-in at work about a mask. She just happened to text me. I'm not kidding. Like 5 minutes later, I got this text that she's upset and mourning because one of her high school friends that she grew up with died because he was wearing a mask and was he kept getting sick and he was like, oh no, like I really am dizzy. I'm having issues and blah blah blah. They didn't give a fuck. So now somebody's dead, right? And now there have been other reports of people dying wearing these masks, right? People have different their healths are in different states. I even had somebody at the hospital I'm asthmatic, and she was like, oh well, I'm asthmatic too and I have to wear one. I was like, well, maybe your asthma is better than mine, and she's like, no, it's not. And I was like, you don't know my health conditions? Like, who are you to like comment on that? And I even have like this one place, because I've been trying to build up my lung strength. I'll like take like 4 flights of stairs and I run, and every day I'm always out of breath. And the ladies, I have a person that can witness me, laughing at me. And I was just like, well, I know I'm asthmatic and I'm trying to build my lung strength up and stuff like that. She's like, all right, honey. She goes, I'm like, no, man, I'm going to beat this thing. So it wasn't worth me, putting my health in danger. They don't even give a shit. And I told the lady, I was like, do you know that these masks don't even work? So I'm just confused as to why I'm having to wear something that doesn't work in order to protect me from something it doesn't protect me from, and it's at the same time it's putting my health in danger. Could you explain that to me? They couldn't, of course. They're just robots. They just follow orders. You know what? That's what the Nazis did too. They just follow orders. So anybody that's continually forcing people to wear a mask and they don't want to, or they have health conditions or whatever, you have blood on your hands. There's not going to be enough hand sanitizer, to get the blood off their hands that you have from just, being a willing robot slave. I'm just saying. With that said, that's my rant. Damn, I want to talk about the 4th of July. Hey guys, it's the 4th of July, and isn't it interesting that they're trying to lock people up and lock us down on the 4th of July on our Independence Freedom Day? I'm going out tomorrow. I have plans, okay? So if you guys are gonna stay in, think about this, especially, I'm in Texas right now, but my home state is California. And I'm really pissed that the beaches are supposed to be closed. And all I'm saying is, if I were you, I would go to the beach. Okay, really? You're gonna spread coronavirus at the beach in the sun with the salt water, right? And the cases keep going up because the tests give false positives. That's a fact, okay? So I'm just saying, why don't you, like, if you know 10 people, and then somebody in that group knows another 10 people, and another person in that group knows another 10 people, and it goes all the way around. 10 times 10 is 100, and then you tell another 100 people, you know, you should organize Facebook. These rallies are okay. You know, I go to them to network. If I go to rally or protest, I'm going to network. I'm not thinking that the protest is going to change anything. The big protest is just like not complying with the lockdown. That's it. Because if 100 people show up at the beach, or 1,000 people show up at the beach, if 1 million people show up at the beach, there's not enough policemen to arrest everybody. And they're defunded. So they don't even have enough policemen on the force right now anyway. So I would take a chance and celebrate your Independence Day at the beach like a normal human being that can see through this fucking bullshit that it is. I'm just saying. I'm going to go to a barbecue tomorrow. I might go by, there's a rally in I might go and do some networking, catch up with some friends hopefully there. But I mean, that's the real thing. That's when people, like, these rallies are like great. I sent my friend the last rally that they had, the anti-mask rally, and she sent me a picture of a cat farting. I was like, okay, yeah, I get it. I know, I get it, because the rallies aren't gonna really, it's nice to go to rallies like that, because then you can meet like-minded people, and then with those like-minded people you can brainstorm, and then sometimes you can talk to people that are walking by and give them information, and that's good way to red pill people. But I don't think that the governor is gonna see a bunch of people on his lawn and he's going to be like, oh, wow, there's a lot of people here. Like, I might as well change the law. Because if they're writing imaginary laws, which aren't laws because governors can't make laws, if they're writing all this imaginary shit, you know, for people to follow, then they've probably been either coerced, threatened, or bought off in some way. So no amount of protesting that you're going to do is going to change their mind. The real thing is, the only way that you're going to get through to people is just by, like, not complying. You guys get it? Like, Is this the way that you want to live your life? Is this how you want to, like, my wits end was 2 days ago. I was fucking done, and I know that I'm not going to get tested. I know that I'm not going to, take the fucking vaccine. And if anybody, thank you for the person that sent me that video on how to remove the contact tracing app off of your Android. I need one for the iPhone. I've been looking for that. If you know how to get that removed, please somebody send me some information on that, But now they're making it illegal for you to not talk to contact tracers. So see where this is going. They're going to make people comply that way. They're going to be like, okay, well, somebody that you talked to tested positive for a COVID test, even though the tests are faulty, even though it's been disproven that there's no asymptomatic transmission. They're trying to make healthy people into sick people, which we're not. So even though that's been proven, even the World Health Organization commented on it, that it's very rare. Okay, so why are we putting tracking devices on our cell phones to track people? Doesn't make sense. Okay, so then you have that. So what they're going to do is they're going to be like, hey, you talked to this person at an ice cream place that had COVID-19. You're going to have to go and get tested. Then once you get tested, you can get a false positive, false whatever, right? But even if you test negative, it's still going to be an ongoing process, because you're going to bump into other people that have had a test or test positive, and they're just going to keep making you get tested until you test positive. Then once you test positive, they're going to put you in a system. And then once you're in that system, they're going to say that you can't do anything unless you've had, like the test, and you might even have to get a vaccine. You can't get a job. They're going to alert people that you're a COVID-19 dissident, or that you have COVID, just like they do they do with AIDS, or HIV. So you guys see where this is going? So you guys just have to, like, not comply. It's really that simple. I know there are people like, oh, what are we supposed to do? Today is the day that you stand up to the bully on the schoolyard. This is the day. Today's the day. So I hope to see lots of people out enjoying their freedom on their 4th of July weekend like they should be, because we're free human species. I hope to see that. I hope I'm not disappointed tomorrow, because there were people that were too chicken shit to go out because they're afraid of these imaginary laws that the governor or their mayor or whoever, chicken scratch wrote on a piece of paper. I hope that I am pleasantly surprised that there are enough people that defied this bullshit, because most people know that this is bullshit. Okay? They know this is bullshit. And it's funny because I was looking at this one video the other day where this doctor was went on social media, and she used one of those pulse oximeters on her fingers to prove that the masks don't what do you call it? The masks don't give you or lower your oxygen. So she was like, see, it's a hoax. The masks don't deplete your oxygen. And I was just like, okay, well, she wasn't walking or running or lifting things or talking. She was just there. It was just, but I got mad at first when I saw that video, but then when I saw the comment section, it was like, I was so happy. Most of the people were not buying it. They basically said the stuff that I said. Plus, common sense, you guys. If you put a mask on and you literally have trouble breathing, if you literally are dizzy, if you get headaches, do you really need a study to tell you that these things shouldn't be worn? Unless you want to wear one, but do you really need a study to tell you that these things reduce your oxygen? Really? Because I knew this before I found studies that supported my point of view, right? And then the fake scientists that, it's interesting, these studies, right? I'll find a study to prove what I'm talking about that was done 10 years ago. And as soon as that study circulates around the internet, lo and behold, there's another study that proves that wrong. So don't you think it's a bit interesting that now they're having studies to come out to counteract these studies that have already been around now, but now because people are going into PubMed and they're actually using scientific evidence from reputable medical journals to prove, right? Because this is the game, right? You say, oh, you're dizzy, or, oh, it must be in your head, right? You must be making it up. Oh, well, there's no science that supports that. And then you find the science that does. And then they get mad and they get their fake ass scientists to counter that, right? As soon as it makes the internet rounds, though, right? No, there was no science before that, right? There was no science 10 years ago when I found this study 10 years ago. But now, 2 days later after it circulates around social media, there just happens to be a study that proves it wrong. There just happens to be an article, that proves it wrong. There just happens to be a fact checker that wants to tell you why this article is wrong. And fact checking is it's bullshit, basically. If something's fact checked, then I know that there's truth to it, because they're telling you what to think instead of letting you make up your own mind. Why can't they just have the articles, pro and con, whatever, circulate? They're not fact checking the other articles, the new articles that supports their agenda and their point of view. But yet they feel the need to tell you what to think. They have to put an internet tag. They have to put a tag under a video to tell you what to think, because you're just too stupid and you can't make up your own mind. So we have to tell you what to think, right? And there's some people that are like that. It's because they're lazy and they care about what other people think. And they're just basically chicken shit. And those people, I feel sorry for you. I really do, because if you're gonna let somebody dictate then how you think, I really question whether or not you're still human. I really do. I really question whether or not that you've been taken over by something other than yourself, whether you are the steward of your own body or not. I really question that. I do. No more Mr. Nice, Mrs. Nice Girl. Mr. Nice Girl. You know what I mean, though, right? Although in these times with all the gender stuff, I guess that is possible. But I'm just saying, all right? So anyway, guys, happy 4th of July. Celebrate your freedom. I hope to see lots of people out doing that tomorrow. The more people that stand up and say something, the sooner this is going to be over with. The more people that, cower and believe the lies. And I think a lot of people know it's a lie. Now we're just at the point where people are afraid to come out and say something. So, I mean, is your life worth your job? Is, you know, getting a vaccine, even though it's going to destroy your health? Oh, and by the way, they recommend that you don't have intercourse after you've taken the vaccine. So what does that tell you, right? Maybe they just know that you're going to have babies with 9 heads after you take the vaccine. But if you want to, you know, I mean, it's you, right? You guys are grown-ups. I can't tell you what to do. So you're really going to have to weigh whether, you know, you want to destroy your health or you want your job. You want to destroy your health or you want your schooling. You want to destroy your health or you want to please other people that are bullying you psychologically because they think that you're putting them in danger by not getting a vaccine, which is honestly, it's their ignorance, and they're like, you know, they're the ones that are the bullies, and they're the ones that are putting you in danger by making you getting something that can destroy your health. I'm just saying. Celebrate the 4th, man. I hope to see you guys out there. Please PayPal me. Join my other channels. Go to the Truth or Talk store to buy your Conspiracy Realist t-shirts and bumper stickers. And yeah, have a wonderful 4th of July, guys. Talk to you soon. Peace with love. Bye-bye.